YouTube family, YouTube world. I hope everybody's good, doing fine. I know you're blessed. Listen, I'm back. You know what that means. I'm back with somebody who's really special in my life. And when I tell you this brother's special in my life, this brother's special in my life. We grew up together and went to school together. We played music together. We rode bikes together, played basketball together. We played tag together. We did everything together as kids, man. Our family was just one big family, his and mine. This is my brother from another mother, but it's one and the same. Y'all show your love for my dude, George G1 Archie. He goes by G1, the multi-platinum hit-making producer. What's up, little bro? What's up, man?
Big bro? What's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
Man, you, man. I'm glad to see what you're doing, man. I love this, man. This is big, D.
Man,
this is really big, man.
Gee, I'm glad you here, man. This means more to me, man. I tell everybody, you know, you brothers could be doing whatever you want to do, man, and just to take out a few minutes. I'm not gonna hold you long, man, but this means the world to me, man. And I just want to say, man, that I'm so very proud of you, man. I've been riding your journey. You've been riding my journey the whole time, and man, to see the goodness, man, that how God has blessed you and your family, man, it's just amazing, man. Listen. Let's get into it. First of all, G, just share with the YouTube world, man, just a few of the artists, man, that you've worked with, and if you know a couple of the records that you've done, man, and you dominated the music, man, you know, with your production, and you and DJ Quik and other people you've worked with, man, through the 90s and the 2000s, man. Can you just share a couple of the records, man, some of the things that you've done?
Yeah, I've worked with you know, well, a lot of people, you know, he has a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouths, but, you know, I did the work. R. Kelly, you know, I did Home Alone for R. Kelly. I've worked with Will Smith. I've worked with, of course, DJ Quik from 92 up until present. Genuine, Toni. Adina Howard, you know, just to name a few, man. You know, I can go on and on, but
and not only did you work with Toni, man, but let's get down, man. I mean, that record, man, and Home Alone, those two records are just anthems, man, in the club, dude. And dude, not too many people can say that, man. Those records still go real hard today. DOA was another dude, man, one of my favorites, man. Some of the production you guys did together. But listen, at the end, you're going to tell everybody how they can find you, go listen to all that music and go find your socials. But, man, I want to get into something that I think that the world don't know about G1. And, G, you grew up, man, in a house with a major bishop, man. Just, I love him to death, man. He's like a father to me. You grew up as a PK, and with a lovely mother, host of brothers and sisters. Very powerful dad, man. Still to this day in the city of Sacramento. And I want to talk about, man, what it was like growing up in that house, and then as you got older, G, you transitioned from, you know, playing drums. Your career started off as a drummer in the church. Then you decided to make that move, man, to L.A., chase a dream, struggle, do without, make it how you could, you know, chasing a dream, trying to be this rock star drummer, and leaving the church, so to say. What was that like, man? Did you experience, talk about the backlash, the criticism, what was going through that like, bro?
Well, just you know, in short, you know, even as a child, I was always just attracted to all kinds of music, you know. And, you know, of course, growing up in church, all depending upon what kind of church it is, or the what do you call it, the type of religion that it is. there's a lot of rules that come with it. You know what I mean? And one of the rules was that you couldn't be associated with, you couldn't listen to, and you couldn't like, they call it secular music. But, I've always just been a fan of music, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, music always fed my soul, so I didn't understand the disconnect, And so I remember once I got into high school, and actually, when I met you, you were actually one of the first ones to really introduce me to that side of music as far as playing it, And so I remember when, you told me that you were going to LA and that you were going to, I forget who was the first audition that you came down to LA. It
was Janet.
Man. Janet Jackson. Exactly.
You drove me.
Exactly. Yeah. And I never forget that experience changed my whole life, changed my whole perception, my whole thought process, the whole fear pattern, what I'm saying, that had been planted in me. Once I got around it and I seen it for what it really was, there was no turning back for me. And so, of course, me, telling my parents that I was going to pursue music, I caught a lot of backlash, from my dad, and I could just speak, candidly about it. Like, I was told that I was going to fall on my face, I wasn't going to make it, that I'll be back, just a bunch of things to keep me crippled, to keep me, where he needed me, because I used to play in his church, so I was one of the musicians, and I'm not speaking bad on my dad, but the fact is, in a lot of those churches, a lot of people don't realize that they're being trapped, and it's sad to be crippled in that mindset that if you leave the church, that you're going to lose your life. You know what I mean? And a lot of those people, they really aren't fulfilled in their lives. I think, I think today it's probably a little easier for them. Like it's changed, to some degree, but a lot of them still, they deal with guilt. They play on church on Sunday after coming off of a gig on Saturday with an R&B artist and asking God to forgive them, like they committing a sin. And it's crazy because what they don't realize is that music is not a sin. You know what I'm saying? You are pouring into people. Music is all spiritual on every platform, even if it's negative. There's negative spirituality as well, but music is what you pour out to people. When those people come out to see you and to see the artist, and they leave that concert fulfilled and happy, you just poured positive energy into those people. And I know that I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but to bring it full circle, yeah, it was hard, man. Like I got a lot of backlash, you know what I'm saying? But the one person that besides you, the one person that pulled me to the side and told me, you go out there and do the best that you can, and you're gonna make it. And that was my mom.
Your biggest fan, bro. Your biggest fan. Which brings me to this point. After the success comes, because people don't believe in you until they see something, a smidgen of success. When they start to see a little bit of success, then they start to believe. They start to believe in you, right? So when you came down as a drummer, you worked with so many people as a drummer. That transitioned over to production, which took you over to the top, man. Which the wealth, the fortune, the fame, everything that God had for you, He gave it to you. What was the backlash from your family then?
Well, then, of course, typically, again, this is one of the hypocritical side of dealing with, religious people. It's like, then once I quote unquote made it, now they were the reason. Now I was being, because I was, sending money and I bought my mom a Benz and the things that that we do. Now I'm the blessing. Now it's like it's all good because you're getting that money, or it's all good because of the perks that come with it. And it was always just a bad taste in my mouth, man. When it came to just how that whole operation is, man. It's like it was God's will. It was God's blessing.
Absolutely.
It was the hard work and dedication that that I put into it. And at the end of the day, it's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, now all of a sudden I'm the I'm that guy. I'm the favorite. I'm the I'm the go-to. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the blessing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gee, listen, man. Listen. You're speaking, man. You're speaking some deep words, man. And there's a lot of. One thing I love about the industry, this new music industry, is that there are a lot of new guys that's coming into youngsters, and they're coming out the church, man, and they can really play. They're very talented. What would you say, real quick, man, to somebody that's experiencing the same thing that you went through? How would you encourage them, man? What would you say to them?
That God gave you a gift to pour into people, not just into a building, not just into church. And I'm not knocking anybody that just wants to play in church, but like you said, a lot of those cats, they do have the desire to to play for artists and big artists and to go on tour and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you pouring your gift into other people. I've done records and been around a lot of even when I didn't mention it earlier, but I was at death row.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't a part of the negativity. You know what I'm saying? And because I kept my my positive gift and used it for good, the negativity side of it couldn't touch me. So it didn't matter what the artist was talking about or what the negative things that was going on around me. I came in protected. So I was there for a purpose, and if I did my job in a positive manner, and even if it touched one person, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about I wasn't quote unquote sinning, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, or if that's how they want to label it. I'm not, I don't really live my life that way, but I'm just saying, just from the outside looking in, from them second guessing themselves as to why they can't be in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, God gave you a gift for a reason. It is not just to pour into you know, just a certain amount of people. If you have the platform to pour into the world, you know. And so, you know, so I would definitely say, you know, don't be afraid to use your gift in a positive manner to pour into people, period. You know, it's not, and again, I'm not knocking anybody's decision that, you know, if they want to, you know, just play in church, that's their prerogative. But like you said earlier, a lot of the musicians today, they are coming out of the church. And, you know, and again, I know a few that still second guess themselves, you know, that feel guilty. But it's like, I tell them all the same, man, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you pouring your gift into people, period. You know, either through your playing or even just in your energy and in your conversation. You know? So, you know, those would be, you know, my absolute words of encouragement, man. You know, follow your heart and follow your dream, man.
Man, G, I love you, man. You put a button on that real nice, man. And I hope that this is going to really speak to a lot of people, especially to the new millennials, man. G, can you let everybody know right now, man, how they can get in contact with you and reach you on your social media platform, sir?
My Instagram is at G1 the original. And man, I think my Facebook is just G1. I'm not really on Facebook that much, but my Facebook is just G1. No, it's G1 Archie.
G1 Archie.
Yeah.
Listen, please, and this is why I'm so glad you're here. I want everybody to know that this man, you know, was producing records all through the 90s when you was getting 50 grand a track, 75,000 a track, 100,000 a track. He's that producer. And I'm very proud of him because just like I met him, he's just the same brother that he is today in 2023. And I love him so much. And man, I can't thank you enough. Do me a favor, G. I want you to send me, you only get one. Shoot me your very most favorite YouTube video, man. It can be musical, it can be non-musical. Send it to me, man. I'm gonna put it on my playlist, man. And that's gonna be G1's pick, man. But send that to me, man. Bruh, so informative, this information, man. Thank you so much, man. And you know, I love you, man. I'll be talking to you soon, dog.
Man, I love you too, D. Yeah.
Right on.